Hey coaches, travel basketball is super expensive. You need to think about fundraisers for your players. You could be one of the coaches like me that initially I started out with no fundraisers. It was just too much of a hassle to deal with it. So, I charged parents, I split the cost right down the middle and let them pay their way to play. As I started moving on in this, I started figuring out, you know what? Let's offer some fundraising opportunities. I found parents that would help me out with that, set up their own little committees, and they can run fundraising ideas to help you raise money for basketball tournaments. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm just going to give you 4 quick ideas that I think are cool ways to raise a little bit of cash so that your parents aren't being just overwhelmed with how much the costs are. So idea number 1, which is my favorite idea, and this is really just mainly for your younger players, or at least better for your younger players, is setting up in front of a grocery store. You set up in front of a grocery store, you get a poster board, you put pictures all over it, you put your team name, you put something like, please help us get to state tournament or whatever, whatever you want to put, and you have them stand outside with like either a shoe or a bucket, something to for the people, the customers coming in and out of the store to put the money in. I mean, you can raise a couple $100s a day doing that, and that'll take care of one tournament. I would go into these grocery stores, ask the manager if they had any slots available for me to do this, and I would get lucky enough that usually they'd say yes. And then I would take an entire day and I would split it up, 2 players per hour or per 2 hours or whatever it was. I'd make sure I had a parent there. And a lot of times I didn't even have to go. It was easy peasy. The kids would go, they'd raise their money. We'd put it in the bank account, to the team bank account, and we would use that to pay tournaments. I've even, my wife would even like split it up, like, the players that actually participated, they would, get a portion of that. And if all the players participated, that would compensate for their monthly payment or whatever it was. And so that was how we did that. Another idea is a car wash. This one is a little bit more logistical, it has some more logistical requirements, but yeah, go to a convenience store, a school. All you need really is a bunch of hoses, some sponges, soap, buckets, and parents to help depending on how old your players are. Signs, and you can set up there, and this can be like a team event to where you have everybody there. You do it in 3 or 4 hours, and you raise a couple $100s that day as well. It might be a little bit more work than standing outside the grocery store, but it's a good way to raise money. And you do the same thing. You take the money, you put it in the bank, and you can click off, that this parent paid this month or whatever it is, or start saving it for the next travel season. The third idea is one that I did not use, but I've used it with my kids in school, is a company called fundraising.com. They have some pretty cool tumblers that they sell that they can put your team logo on it. And they do other things too. They sell beef jerky, cookies, popcorn. You've seen all those, but I like this one because they actually sell like the coffee tumblers or water tumblers, and they have the team logo on there. And I really thought that one was a cool idea because parents buy stuff like this, and family members buy stuff like this. So that one I thought was pretty neat. I'll put a link though in the description below. I am an affiliate with them. I do have a partnership. But they do have a free brochure that they'll send you. You just gotta fill it out, and they do have a lot of good ideas. This one is one of those ones that I hated when my kids did. But if you're just a coach and you're trying to make some money the easy way, this one might not be too much of a lift for you because they do give you a percentage of the proceeds. So that one's a great idea for sure. Now the last one, I always had an idea of doing this, but I never got a chance to actually implement it. And that's like a free throw shooting, you pay the kids go out and get pledges, and they say, on Saturday 4 weeks from now, I'm going to be in this competition and I'm going to have to shoot free throws I'm going to get a chance to shoot, 30 free throws or whatever it is, or I get to shoot as many as I want. I'm going to ask for a donation from you for every, basket that I make. You got to pay me whatever amount. So if they make 20 baskets and they pledged $1 per basket, they give the kid $20. It's easy, doesn't cost you anything, just the gym time and volunteer hours to supervise it. It could be a fun event, and you could do that and raise some money. So listen, these are 4 easy ways to make money. Travel basketball is super expensive. These are outstanding ideas for you to kind of offset some of those expenses that parents are going to have, to make it a little bit more realistic for them and less on their pocket.